That might be better than the Skyrim intro. I'm not 100% sure. It's up there. I've been listening to this song, well, I guess technically for the last, off and on for the last, what time did I start hooking this Xbox up? I think we've been listening to this song for the better part of 7 hours. I got an Xbox Series X. Whoa, get out of here. What is this? You're all vile, vile whores. Stop it. You're all evil. I wanted to start a new game, but load my old guy. You're a gaggle of whores. That's what you are. Anyway, let's see if it lets me load my guy. I wanted to show you everything from the beginning. I don't want to jump right into the action. I have played a little bit of this just to get a feel. Also wanted to see how well the Xbox Series X performed over and above the Xbox One S, which is the one I had. This is what we've been doing our stream on this whole time, friends. This little box right here has now been replaced by an Xbox Series X. By the way, this character creation thing in Elden Ring, pardon me, might be the best character creation I've ever seen. Hands down. The game started off swinging from the fence. Like, Elden Ring started off swinging for the fence. Like, oh, you thought we was playing? You thought we was playing around? Bow! Like, okay, all right, shit. The damn character creation. I mean, you see how much this dude actually looks like me, save for a couple of things I had to change because they don't have my... It just... When you have as many ethnicities baked into this shit as I do, it's hard. It is very hard for a digital system to try to recreate a face that literally has Viking, Sudanese emperor, freaking Neanderthal. Everything is in here. So it's very hard to get this wide a face with this narrow of a chin, with this weird of a nose on a guy with an African head. Like, it's crazy. It's out of control. But I give them props. They definitely got it as good as I've ever seen it, man. And after 17 years of what I call modern consoles, I consider the modern age of gaming to have started with the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Let me define my terms here. I consider the modern era of video games when 3D games finally stopped sucking terribly in 3D. The Xbox 360 generation was the first generation where a large percentage of the 3D games played well, compared to what a lot of you grew up during the PlayStation 2 era that I skipped and had no effing patience for when I came back as an adult, and all of you grew up with it. So it's like, what is he screaming about? Why does he hate the controls in Metal Gear? Because he didn't grow up with that horse shit. He grew up with games that controlled better and then skipped to the part of 3D where games controlled way better than that. But after 17 years, 17 long years, 17 of them, 17 long years of modern consoles, we finally have one where when I hit the button on the controller, the damn menu reacts as I'm pushing it in real damned time. Hallelujah to Jesus. Thank you, everybody at Xbox, at From Software. Thank you to Jesus, Buddha, all of you. Thanks for finally, when I push a button, it actually does what I'm telling it to do when I tell it to do. Now, if I go to choose base template, what I'm hoping for here is that, no, it's not. See, it lets you save your character, so I assumed you could start a new game and then just pick your guy from the thing. Let me just finish. Let me see if it lets me now. See, I assumed, yes, let's abandon. I assumed it would allow me to just pick a character I had already made. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case, so I'm not necessarily going to be able to show you. I wasn't going to basically, I was going to skip the character creation, but show you parts of it so that you didn't have to deal with, it took me a good 45 minutes to make my character. We chose Samurai, so I'll take you a little bit through here just to get a feel for the game. We won't spend a lot of time here, but you could choose your body type, which is really just, am I lunge forward or am I lean back more defensively? That's really all it is for the body types. Am I young, old, or aged? That comes into play later when I start making the person. This is my base character build, which basically all these do is pick how you look, and then obviously pick what your starting stats are for the game and what abilities you are prone to be good at. You get a keepsake, meaning you get to choose a thing, much like in Elder Scrolls Morrowind, where you picked a star sign to be born under, and then that gave you an ability. Same thing here. Same thing here, man. And I've only played the first like 5 minutes of the game, so you and I, all of us, we're gonna experience Elden Ring together, buck naked, blind. I'm not ahead of the game. I'm not ahead in the game. I don't know what's coming. I actually do know what the first fight is. I got all the way to the first fight. Anyway, it's been too long. Welcome everybody back to Game Therapy. You know, there's a little hangout where a lot of the entrepreneurs and leaders, I hang out with leaders around the world. It's kind of what I've done my whole life, is training with, working with, and helping develop leaders. Those people tend to be, you all tend to be artists and entrepreneurs. Some of you do other things. But that's who hangs out here. I created this as a little campfire hangout where we all get together, talk some smack like you would experience if you ever grew up going to black barbershops. The kind of shit talk you'd see in a barbershop where we hate on everything, but it's all for the purpose of having fun and making sure we're not taking life too damn seriously. Take the shit serious that needs to be taken serious. We come here, let the hair down. And every once in a while, we pepper in something that blesses your life. We help people with their businesses, all of that, right? But I haven't been here for, I think it's been about 2 weeks now, or at least a complete week where I haven't done any game therapy because life's been busy with other things. I was even late. I was supposed to be here at 9 o'clock tonight. We advertised that we were going to be on here at 9 o'clock tonight, but I had to have a little come to Jesus with my children. And then we had some the requisite technical difficulties that come with running a show. When we tried to start everything up, the microphone didn't work for 45 minutes because of one button that had been accidentally pushed on a computer. Anyway, let's get out of this character creation and get back to the action. This is, oh no, I wanted to show you one more gem, abandon this character. No, I just wanted to get into the detailed appearance just so you can see how much of this stuff you can really change. Like, even at a skin tone level, guys, like the amount of options here are crazy. But more importantly, the amount of things that you have access to change, from the cosmetics. Do I wear eyeshadow and lipstick? Do I have tattoos? I typically go clean. But the one I really appreciated was facial hair. Being able to come down here and actually choose the beard that I really have, which is a long-ass beard. His is probably a little longer on the chin. Mine's a little longer up on the cheeks. But hey, we're working on that. We're growing it still. Anyway, I really appreciated that I could come in here. My character actually looks a bit more like my father than he does me. My father is, I'm sexier than my dad, but he was more handsome than me, if that makes sense. Like, he was prettier, I'm sexier. So it looks a little bit more like my dad, except I have a weird mullet because it wouldn't let me have the hairstyle I have. Anyway. And my dad never wore facial hair because it wasn't his jam. We're going to go ahead and continue where we left off. And where I left, oh, crap. I don't want to continue, actually, because I died. I was actually hoping. No, let's get out of here. I'm already screwing up. We ain't been on the show 5 minutes. We ain't been here. No, stop it. I don't want anybody to see this. Stop looking, gang. Turn away. Don't look at the game, y'all. I'm screwing up. I can't act right. Would you please stop this mess? Like, why is it that hard to turn off a game? Like, back in the day, you just went over here and pushed the reset button. I'm touching my Xbox Series X off camera right now. It's a sexy device. Wow. It's very high quality packaging. It comes like a very nice device, unlike most of the shit I've ever bought that's a video game. It comes like high quality. Also, bigger and smaller than I thought at the same time. Quite a bit taller than I thought it would be, and thicker. But not, or I'm sorry, it's about as tall as I thought it would be. Maybe I thought it would be a little bit shorter, but it's thinner. I'm saying the wrong words than I thought it would be. So it's bigger and smaller at the same time. But it was heavier. Like the dang console, I almost dropped it taken out of the box. I'm sitting right here in this chair because I was like, damn, this thing is, for what it is substantial. Very, very substantial. I have no idea what I'm clicking. Nobody cares. I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement. I think we set up a 401k. All the shit you have to click just to play video games now, guys. It's out of damn control. All right, so it looks like it's going to make me do this thing. It's not going to let us start the game from the beginning, gang. I apologize for that. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to start us where it's going to start us. And I can't do anything about that, so Ah, well, we're going to have to start 5 minutes into the game, which is after the first battle, unfortunately, but what are we going to do? Anyway, going back to game therapy, just given if there's anybody new here, or if you haven't been here in a while, just to let you know why we meet and who's here. The gaming piece has always been kind of the backdrop of the show, but now there's a lot of people here who love games too, so here we are. Ursula's here, Deep Fryer's in the house, Harlequin's here, Adam Bell's in the house. Says, damn, man, I've been no lifting Lost Ark. No lifing Lost Ark. Might have to get Elden Ring. Adam's laughing at the fact that I called myself part Neanderthal, but I wasn't joking. I am actually a very small percentage Neanderthal, believe it or not. It's in my blood.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on his side.
Word.
We found him here, after all. One of his kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring. Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
Look how cool I look too, man. They give you a cool samurai. So I chose samurai as my guy. And the upgrade that I chose... Crap. I think I chose just increased health instead of the extra flask or whatever, because you can find more flasks. Just so you guys know what I did. I got Corellian Tears. I got a bow and arrow. Now, immediately you can jump. Oh, I love that. Now, the game starts actually in a little library room where all you get is a little thing like that glowy spirit orb thing up there. Hey, I love a good HUD. I'm just trying to figure... Oh, so you can actually get to that. I thought that was just for decoration. Hey, yeah. How do we do that? Where are all my friends that play this type of game? Can I shoot stuff like that to bring it to me? I don't want to waste arrows because this game gives you ammunition. That's my first negative point against this game. You're going to make my primary way to attack bows and arrows and then give me ammunition in a video game? I still argue against ammunition, even in military video games. It's stupid. Like, if I run out of ammunition, you understand the next thing that happens is death. You're just wasting the player's time by putting ammunition in your video games. It's literally just wasting player time to make them walk to the store to buy more or whatever the thing is. It's stupid. I swear to God, I wish game designers made games instead of accounting puzzles. But Alyssa says, one thing I've learned in my family is if children are involved, don't expect it to run on time. Yes, children, I've learned from having them for several years, are basically a lot like adults. They're just like if every adult used crack every day. But they had all the effects of being high on crack, but not like the side effects where they become homeless and die. Like just the part of being high and aloof, that's children. It's just a bunch of aloof high people. There's just, like, if adults were high all the time, that's what having kids is like. I've never done crack. I've met people on it. That's kids. Let's see, Asif's in the house. What's up, my man? Corey's in the house. It's nice to be here. What up? Believing in Steve. That's what's up, man. Oh, my man Mazda Matt says, glad you like the Series X. Love helping you out. And talk. So guys, I was going to bring, I got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. First and foremost, I got an Xbox Series X thanks to my friends at my local GameStop. And you guys know I show a lot of love to my local GameStop. I was going to pick up the box and show it to you. Matt, hello. Thank you for coming on the show. I was going to talk about you guys, and since you're already here, One of the things I was going to say was I'll never use y'all's real names on the show unless you do. And now that you did, I can say who you are. So Matt, and then there's two other gentlemen that help often. There's two other gentlemen at the store, one of which I've been friends with for quite some time, who works there. And so I go into the store to pick up my copy of Elden Ring. We'll just tell this brief story. We'll get back to the action here. I had called yesterday to make sure they were going to have copies. I went to pick it up for the Xbox One, right? Went to pick it up for the Xbox One and was like, all right. And he had said, yeah, we'll get some in stock. And they had it for the X. And I was like, I was telling another guy that works at the store whose name I won't say unless he comes here and says it's okay. But he was saying, hey, I was like, yo, I got a message from Xbox. I'm now allowed to have an Xbox Series X. I can order one and I'll get one in. He's like, and he looks at me, he goes, funny story. He's like, you want to get one today? I was like, hell yeah. He's like, got one in the back. And yesterday they didn't have any in stock when I called. And then they have one today, so now I'm the proud owner of an Xbox Series X. Thank you to the gentlemen who work at my local GameStop. And you guys know, those of you who've been watching me on social media for more than 10 years know that I've had conversations about GameStop and a lot of the media that I do. And I'm one of the few people who doesn't spend a lot of time shitting all over the organization, because despite the fact that corporately they do a lot of shitty things, and yes, even the employees will agree with you on that, individually at the GameStop local stores, I have always had nothing but the worst experience I ever had at a GameStop, because I hear all these stories from those of you that live in the Midwest where people suck. Maybe that's why the GameStop sucks, because y'all do. I'm sorry, Midwest, I'm kidding. I'm an East Coaster, but the worst thing that ever happened to me at a GameStop was I was racially profiled, but I was racially profiled with a compliment. They thought I played, because I was bodybuilding at the time. I walked in and they were like, yo, they asked me if I played for the local professional football team, because I was a lot bigger guy and a lot younger looking. It was like not racially profiled, I guess sizily profiling. It's like big black dude, either is basically if you see a large black man, the stereotype is he's a security guard or a pro athlete. That's what most people think when they see him. It's the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Like, everything else has been about helpfulness. Oh, the thing I wanted to show you guys was, guess what? I got my copy of Elden Ring today from GameStop. And those of you who've been on the show for a while know that tonight we were supposed to be doing a promotion for corporate GameStop, but the deal stunk so bad that we said no. But I do want to celebrate the local guys that work at GameStop, because they're great. Now, I wanted to show you guys something very important in here, dagnabbit, and I think I may have given it to my son. Hold on. We'll get there. So I get to the store. Do I have it, man? Am I not going to? Yeah, there it is. I knew it was in there. I get to the store. We got a couple of things to show you guys in here. I'll go ahead and take the, we'll get back to the game. No worries. For you gamers who are here looking forward to seeing the game, we're getting to it. Cool. So I get to the store. And one of the things the guys that work there, and most of my local GameStops know, is I'm a collector. And as soon as I come in, they're like, all right, steel cases. They hook me with these. They hook me with these. I walk in and it's like, hey, steel cases, here you go. Because GameStop does not care about cases. And if you know anything about me as a collector, I give a huge shit. I do not collect games outside of the case. Like right now, I could get a copy of Mega Man 6. I could get a copy of Illusion of Gaia. I could get a copy of Castlevania Chronicles. Won't do it because it's incomplete. But every time I go in the store, they're always like, yo, did you get the special edition of Lost Judgment? And this is for, I think, this is for the PS5, or did you get the one for Battlefield 2042? And I'm like, no. They're like, well, you had to pre-order them to get them. So here. By the way, when I say give them to me, I didn't pay for these. They gave it to me. Like, right? That's my guys. And I didn't pre-order Elden Ring. I just walked in and bought it. They still hooked me up with the pre-order bonus, which is a really cool kind of, it's like a wedding band almost. But, you know, the game, you missed the opening part of the story about the kind of Elder Scrolls-y narrative that's going on in this game with the ring that ruled Navaloria or whatever the hell the world is, because I don't pay attention to any of that shit. The ring was destroyed by the gods of Tal Dornay, and then they farted in somebody's mouth, and now wizards are mad, and we got to go kill people. I think that's the plot. But anyway, Matt, God bless you, man. Thanks for being here. That was a nice little segue. I wanted to, because I was going to shout my friends from GameStop out tonight, and I'm just glad you guys were here so I could do it live. That's freaking awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for your help tonight. All right. Alyssa says, I'm glad you're back. Like always, you go hiatus and my life falls apart. Oh, I'm not. I'm laughing at the irony, not at your pain. Please hear my heart. Lots of wallowing in self-care planned for this weekend. Hope everything is good with you. So I am hurt that you're having problems, lady, and equally blessed that you find value in being here with us. So thank you. That is a huge. What you just said there makes me sad, but also I'm terribly honored. Thank you. Very kind of you to say, Alyssa. And I hope you, Alyssa, we were making fun of and talking about Horizon Zero West. I'm sorry, I butchered the name. Are you enjoying it? Because you were the person I got to talk to, because I've been listening to these reviewers, and they all have me terrified. I'm like, I'm never playing that shit. But you were the one that got me to play the original. You told me to stop bitching and get over the fact that I'm lazy and don't like learning new systems. And I learned them, and I sucked at them, but we figured it out. I'm waiting for your review, lady, because your review for that game is the only one that matters to me. You are the only person that will determine whether or not I play it, because I had such a good and it's such a testament to how awesome you are. Like getting you to help me through a game on a stream 2 years ago made a game that if I had played that game by myself, I wouldn't have finished it, and I never would have enjoyed it as much as I did. So Alyssa's always going to get a high five on this channel. I appreciate her. And for more reasons than that, but for that, definitely. All right. Let's keep moving. Let's read some things here. The cave of knowledge lies below. Does that mean I got to jump down there? Do I jump to the cave of knowledge? I'm trying to get some knowledge, bitches. Oh, damn. There's a ghost in a chair. That's what... See, this is one of the things I love about this game, is it's absurd. If you're going to make me listen to people talk, make it interesting. This is at least interesting because I have no idea what's going on. Of learning and remembrance. Recall the arts of war and your warrior's blood. I will. Thank you, Sensei. I am now prepared to bring destruction to all our foes, and the land of Evermore will forever be blessed because of us. That's what these stories, like, I do that because that's what these stories sound like to me when they talk. They just sound like the Charlie Brown wah 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 using really made up ridiculous words. None of the stories sound interesting. They just sound ridiculous. I'm in the cave of knowledge, bitch. Look at me learning. Down in here getting my learn. These hookers don't even know how I pimp to get. It's like the cave ass whooping to me. I don't know how much learning's going on down here. Harley says, listening to reports from Ukraine gave you an idea for an art piece. You haven't drawn anything in a year, but I'm going to do one. Yeah, one of my mentees got me studying music again, man. I was writing songs in A minor. Like, people wonder what I've been up to. I was working on music this week. I've been working on, like, family stuff mostly, but I started composing music again. Resting at a site of grace will restore your HP, FP. FP. Come on, man. Come on, bruh. You're dealing with 80s and 90s kids. You can't call that FP. You could do that with the Zennials or the Genials. The genitals, whatever the generations are. I don't know. If you're born in the 80s and 90s, you can't call it FP and think we're not going to giggle. It will also refill your sacred flasks. However, most of the enemies you've defeated will be revived. You can find sites of grace. I love sites of grace. Grace is one of the best things in the world. Grace is actually a great thing. We're going to talk about grace tonight. Oh, my microphone came unplugged. We're going to talk about grace tonight, believe it or not. This is one of the things I brought you here to talk about tonight. I'm super excited about a dear friend of mine that just pulled off a fantastic business. Cannot wait to get into what this grace ops means. I'll be sharing that with y'all tonight. I got a lot of new sexy clothes because of my friend's new business. So we'll talk about that. And most importantly, it's not just to promote my friend's business, because he does not want me to promote the business. What he wants everybody to understand is the benefits it's going to have for you. That's the key, is to share. One of the things that's really gone wrong on the planet right now is we've lost our sense of curiosity and our sense of adventure. And that has taken a serious toll on the soul of mankind. And that's something that my friend is working very diligently daily to build back. into our society, into our systems, and all of the above. So I'm happy to be partnered with him to help him do it in any way that I can, and I'll definitely talk about it tonight, tell you guys how you can take advantage of it. It's just for the dudes now, though, so ladies, we'll get y'all later. For now, it's just for the men. We've got stuff for the ladies on the horizon, though, so rest assured. See, Alyssa says I'm echoing, which means I have two audio systems on, and they're both picking up my microphone. So we need to get that right, don't we? There it is. Problem solved. Or at least it should be. Actually, to be honest with you, that should not be picking up audio, and I don't know why it is. I'm glad you said that, Alyssa. Actually, I think I know exactly why it is now that I just looked at that. I think both of these are still turned on. That is not acceptable. I gotta wait for my computer to do what I clicked it to do. Either way, that temporary fix should have done it. Let me know if that didn't fix it, Alyssa. Yeah, Harley. But my whole point in talking about music, Harley, was to come back to you. I didn't mean to make that about myself. Was I'm looking forward to seeing the art you make, brother. Good stuff. Kyle Johnson says, "What up, BC? What up, Kyle Johnson? Been watching here and there since the Alloy 7 days. Hey, way back when the gaming companies lost their minds for a minute." Good stuff, man. It's good to see your face. Welcome back. Thanks for coming. I'm going to try to memorize a spell. With the memorize spells menu, you can memorize sorceries and incantations. You better believe I'm going to be memorizing the hell out of that. I don't have any yet, so we're okay. Really don't think I have anything that I could do. Can I refill my flasks? Alright, this menu seems a little bit more involved than I probably am going to want it to be. I also am not 100% sure. Well, that's how you do that. I'm learning the controls, gang. Dark Souls and that type of thing is not really my jam, so I am like a child learning how to do this for the first time. So what I need to do is get out of there so I can toggle that. Shield. So what I want is, where is my dang sword at? Let's get in here. Is there not a swords section up in this joint? Well, it says it's already equipped. How does one switch to it? That's how I changed to the shield, obviously. How do I switch to that good old sword that's on my side? Wait, didn't I just have a sword on my side? Okay, now I'm tripping. Because literally when we came out of that save point, I had a sword on my side. Now it's gone. This game shouldn't be this complicated. Oh, I went to the wrong button. That's why. I went to the wrong area. My fault. And weirdly, the analog stick does not control the menus. Is that normal for Souls-like games? You have to use only the D-pad, which, by the way, the D-pad on the new Xbox controllers, this might be the best modern D-pad yet. I've got to try a fighting game with it first, like a Street Fighter, to confirm that, but might be on to something. Okay, this is telling me I can remove it. I don't want to remove it. I want to use it. Why is using the sword hard in this game, yo? Oh, well, there it is. Shit. I've been trying to do that all night. So it's just that. Alright, I guess. That's one way to get her done. Now, which weapon does he actually use? Oh, so if I do this, he pulls out the bow and arrow. I got it. I'm learning the controls, y'all. I'm sorry. If you came here looking for an experienced player, you are out of your mind. Hope you didn't come here for tips. Wrong show. But see me in about 30 hours. Probably be able to give some tips. Now, is this friend or foe? Which one's it going to be, baby? It's like I got killing to do. Oh, it's foe. Kick ass 30. Oh! I was going to do the backstab thing where it kills him and takes his ass. Oh, this is great. Fisticuffs. Listen, we're getting into fisticuffs, and we're only 2 minutes into the game. I didn't have to listen to anybody talk for more than 3 minutes tops. And they were interesting. It's like, and then the lands of the, whatever the people are called, were fueled with the pestilence. I got it. Pestilence, land, all that. Let's use these. Actually, let's. No, you hooker mouth whore. We got to get better at that. Alright. I ain't ready. Look at me just destroying the environment. It's gonna take me 700 hours to finish this game. I'm like a little kid in a candy store. Just look at all the stuff I could do. Broken Super says Samurai. That's what I picked as well. I always take the stupid helmets off though. So oh, you could do that? Hell yes. This is why you got. So if you guys didn't know, Suba is probably one of the more skilled people at these Souls games. I mean, he only plays mostly Bloodborne, if I'm not mistaken, but he's one of the more skilled guys at these games. Let's remove it. Yeah, now y'all can see my sexuality. Look at that! Oh, I had to get a mullet, guys. I'm sorry it made me. I mean, technically, I was growing a ponytail with my last haircut, but then I'm too masculine. I get to a threshold of beauty where my feminine side is just like, fuck it, cut it off. Even my feminine side is like, dude, fuck it. Yeah, shave it. Nobody's got time for this shit. Okay, so let's guard. Hey, get out of the menu. Oh. There we are. Get some. Love it. Kicking butts. Alyssa says, screw you, Bryant. Sincerely, someone from the Midwest. I mean, yeah, I don't know why everybody hated it. Like, GameStop, like, I always heard from internet nerds that GameStop employees are the worst. They never know anything about games. I'm like, what fucking GameStops are y'all going to? I've never gone to one where I can't have a conversation. Like, even in California, the people there know about video games. Like, the place where you think everybody would be surfing and shit, even they can tell you about games. Like, it's all good. Let's get to work, baby. All in your ass. Oh! You dead? Look at you dead. You ain't even ready. Want to see me? I'm too real out here. My wife's going to see this character and be like, yo, you did another good job. He looks like you. She was actually taken aback when she saw my Ghost Recon character. Like, oh, damn. Like, really? It's like, these games are getting pretty dope with it. They're learning how to make multi-ethnic people finally, not just the whitest white person ever, and then the only black person anyone from Japan's ever seen, which apparently was fucking Uncle Ben from